Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. Well, for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to remind you that there's a lot of people out there who don't understand affirmation, no matter how much I continue to share different ways of looking at the power of positive thinking. So for the people who want to indulge themselves in negative affirmations, I also want to speak to you. Maybe it'll shed a little light into that darkness. So for the negative affirmation people out there, right, when you're too toxic with what you tell yourself, it comes out like this. Just remember, no one's coming to save you. Yeah, you're the adult. I'm so sorry. But you got to remember that. Huh? All right. So with that, as you remember, no one's coming to save you. You got to do this yourself. That's your affirmation for negativity. Move on from there. Your journaling question for the day is, how do you honor your heritage? How do you honor your heritage? Everybody has some kind of ethnic background. Their ancestors came from somewhere else, not from the United States. So very, very important for you to realize what your heritage is, because everybody's heritage has something beautiful. Yes, every country is a mafia, and there's certain things about each ethnicity you could say that has shadowy images in it. But for right now, when you see the things that are beautiful about your culture, the language, the stories, the cuisine, the songs, the costumes, and so forth, there's so much beauty there. And when you recognize and appreciate your own, it's easy to see the same thing in other people's heritage. And then there's a sense of unity. So many people talk unity, but they emphasize the differences. When you see the things that are similar, you understand the common humanity. It's as if the other is yourself in another form. So when you study these things, not how long you've been doing it, but how much have you changed? Have you dried up your inner fountain of joy? Your fountain of inner joy? Have you drained yourself from that? Because if you do, you lack the discrimination. It's very simple. What you want, let in. What you don't want, let it bump off your aura. All right. I didn't give you my poem today. I'm a little out of sorts in my in the way I'm sequencing this, but what can you do? Most of you are friendly to me, so you'll allow me these little excesses. This is called When We Pray Alone by Rumi. We are brought thick desserts, and we rarely refuse them. We worship devoutly when we're with others. Hours we sit, though we get up quickly after a few minutes when we pray alone. We hurry down the gullet of our wantings, but these qualities can change as minerals in the ground can rise inside trees and become tree, as a plant faces an animal and enters the animal. So a human can put down the heavy body baggage and become light. It'd be great if more of us did that, huh? All right, so when we're practicing yoga, you have to remember, the knowledge of it is not the same as practicing. And so many people misunderstand the idea of what seems to be restrictions on your life when you discipline yourself and either you choose not to do certain things, but you don't have to be busy not having fun in order to get holy. And you don't have to be trying to have fun to get a rush. Just let things unfold and proceed naturally. You got to eliminate a lot of anxiety in your life by putting energy into what you've been avoiding. Procrastination is stationary inertia until the law of moving inertia takes over, right? Inertia is defined as things which are at rest tend to stay at rest unless something is introduced or forced to move them, and things that are moving tend to stay moving until some other force is brought against it to stop it. So find out what are your ways of insulating yourself, protecting yourself. Because if you could contain and channel the psychic forces, which sometimes can be dangerous if they're used incorrectly, when the wrong person uses the right means work in the wrong way. You have to develop in yoga what we would call esoteric knowledge, understanding what's really going on below the surface and how it's influential and effective in doing something about what's going on. Without that, most people are lost in ignorance, not knowing the nature of reality, instead of being a steward of sacred and transformative space. So I hope that you all learn to invoke the presence of spirit, get its benediction, and then banish it and get rid of it. In the end, the whole thing I'm trying to say is don't deny your spiritual self, however you conceive that to be. And if you continue to work on this, you'll find new ways of understanding what that is, new ways of expressing what that is, new ways of evoking it from other people. And then most important, even when things are not going right in your body, health is our natural state. And even when things are not right, other aspects of the body are still working to maintain whatever level of homeostasis, self-monitoring, self-regulation is possible. So praise your body for what it can do, even in the midst of things that are happening that shows you your body can't do this or can't do it any longer or has less capacity than it once did. Certainly that's true for me, and people who know me realize what it is that everyone goes through, because I try to make my own journey applicable to all our journeys. As my teacher says, everything I say is all about me, but there's nothing personal in it. Have a great day.